In this lesson, we'll set up our machine to build an application using one of the open source LLMs, Llama 2. And in order to do that, so we again open our Google Colab. But this time, what we need to do is we need to change the runtime type. So we go in runtime and there we say change runtime type and convert that into a T4 GPU. So we would need GPUs to essentially load the open source model. So that is why we need to make this change. So we choose the right hardware accelerator. And the next step is now to install two libraries from HuggingFace. So these two libraries are transformers and accelerate. So let me essentially install the two libraries. So as you can see, transformers is now installed and so is accelerate. So once the two libraries are installed, transformers and accelerate from HuggingFace, you would need to request for the access to Llama 2. Now Llama 2 is an open source model, but Meta is still asking you to request for the permission to access Llama 2. So you'll need to provide some details about yourself and the models you need access to. Go through the terms and conditions outlined over here and apply. Once you apply, Meta would essentially provide you the access, and this model is hosted on HuggingFace. So you would need to essentially go to HuggingFace, and once you are there on HuggingFace, it would again ask you to essentially apply for accessing this model on HuggingFace. The key here is that the email ID which you use to ask permission from Meta should be the same email ID with which you sign in into HuggingFace. And again, you can say that I agree to share my name, email address and submit this. It typically happens instantaneously, even though what they say is that it may take 1 to 2 days, right? So two steps. First, request for access. Once you've got the access, you would need to essentially go to HuggingFace and get your access through HuggingFace. Now, once that is done, you would need to create a token. And to create the token, again, you will need to go to HuggingFace and settings token. And over here, you'll need to create a new token. And you can say what role you want, read or write, and generate a new token. Once that token is generated, you would need to essentially put that in this command over here so that it can essentially be used to access the model. So this is what you need to essentially set up the model.